Hi everyone, today we want to solve this irrational system of equations. If you want to solve the problem yourself, please pause the video. This system of equations, to begin with, it does not look like any of the classic equations that we have explained before. But after a little bit of manipulation, it will turn into one of the classic forms. To begin with, if we just look at this, we see that we have the third root of x and third root of y, which are added together and give us 9. And then we have a more complicated expression which involves the ninth root of x times y multiplied by the ninth root of x plus ninth root of y. Now, if we say that this expression is a, from basic algebra, we know that if we raise a to the power 3, it will give us a third root of x plus third root of y, which we already know from the first equation, plus 3 times the product of these two terms multiplied by sum of these two terms, which is actually the second equation. So if I say a is ninth root of x plus ninth root of y, and then I raise a to the power 3, so a3 will be third root of x, which is this term to the power 3, plus third root of y, which is this term to the power of 3, plus 3 times multiplication of those two terms, which is ninth root of xy, times sum of those two terms, which is ninth root of x plus ninth root of y. Now, from the first equation, we know that this is 9, and from the second equation, we know that this is 6. So a cubed will be 9 plus 3 times 6, which is 18, which is 27. Therefore, a will be 3. So now that we know a is 3, we can replace a into the second equation, and then we find ninth root of xy. So ninth root of xy times 3 will be 6. So ninth root of xy will be 2. And therefore, since the first equation is based on the third roots of x and y, we raise the two sides to the power 3, so we get third root of xy is 8. Now, if you look at equation 1, and let's call this equation 2, and this equation 3 that we found, you see that if the variables are third root of x and third root of y, now we have two equations that are the sum of the two variables and the multiplication of the variables. So if we assume that third root of x and third root of y are the roots of a quadratic equation, we can write that equation to be z squared minus 9z plus 8 is 0. And therefore, from there, since the sum of the coefficients of these equations is 0, z1 will be 1 and z2 will be 8. And therefore, we know that z1 was third root of x and z2 was third root of y, or vice versa. Therefore, x will be 1 and y will be 512, or vice versa, since the original equation is symmetric. So as you can see, although the original equation did not look like a classic form, by a little bit of manipulation, we could convert it into the classic form, and it could be easily solved. If you like this problem and like to see more problems like this, please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing this with other people who might be interested. Thank you.